Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Welcome to the Tayler Yarish Show. We're back once again. Full transparency, just a few days after our last episode. I had to record this one early because I'm going out to California to officiate my brother's wedding. That's exciting, huh? By the time this airs, it will have already happened. And, it went great. Your boy crushed it. Yeah, we're doing it like on some, I don't know, some fucking mountaintop or something. It's called like Kamawiwi Point or something. Anytime it says point in the name, it's fucking high up, you know? You never go to like such and such point and it's at the base of anything, you know? Which means it's going to be up there and it's going to be very pretty, very nice. I'm excited, man. I'm excited just to, even if I wasn't doing the wedding, like just to get out of the city for a fucking few days. We're getting a nice little Airbnb by the beach in San Diego, right in the happenings of the town. You can walk to all the little shops and the little, coffee things and just a nice little quick couple day vacay. You know what I mean? Because I've really been burning the fucking candle these past few months. It's been a lot. So I was talking last episode. Sorry, I fucking bummed everybody out if I did about just feeling like shit over this show that I had coming up, this audition. I was really freaking out. But I had the audition show. I went last on the show, and I fucking crushed it, you guys. I mean, all things considered, the room wasn't fully packed or anything. You're going at the end of the show, It's not the best spot. It's not the worst. It's better than going first, but I didn't watch a single person's set that went before me because I would get in my head, if I heard somebody else just crushing. But it was just fucking dancing backstage, listening to music. I've changed up my pre-comedy music recently. It used to be like a lot of classic rock and, hard like rap and fucking Lose Yourself and all that shit. And it just made me get pumped up to want to go fight somebody. And that's not really what you want. So I don't know. I've just been playing like silly shit, like fucking Natasha Bedingfield and 1,000 Miles and shit like that, Malibu by Miley Cyrus. Just a bunch of like stuff, just light, very light stuff to get you in like a fucking silly mood, And I just felt very in the moment. I went up there and just had a fucking great set. I mean, the crowd was amazing. The crowd was right there. They laughed at all the fucking jokes. There were two people in the front that were talking and to each other, and I just, I didn't have the time to address it, and I didn't want to say anything because then I could fucking ruin the whole set by making it awkward. And also, the host brought me up as Tyler. What can you do? Again, not gonna address it. No point. Doesn't matter. But it was. I'm really, really happy about it, and it's amazing. Like the psychology or the psychological effects that can. I'm wording this poorly, but like the shit that can happen to your body based off what you're fucking thinking and feeling and all that stuff. Like when I say the moment I got off stage, it felt like I could just breathe better. Like it felt like a whole weight was just lifted. I still might not fucking get into this thing, so who knows. But I'm just saying I feel good about it. That's how that went. How about the Oscars, huh? Jesus Christ. I mean, you can't turn a fucking corner without seeing that dude getting slapped. Honestly, looking back, that was the biggest, that's what annoyed me the most, was that it ruined, and still is. I mean, you still go on social media, like it ruined social media for the past 3-4 days, whatever it's been. And I posted something. Literally every single person posted something about it. And it's just so crazy. Like, that's a moment where you realize what the monster of social media is, right? You realize everybody's trying to get eyeballs on their own shit, right? We're all playing the content game. And when something happens where literally every single person in the world has the same thought of like, oh, it would be great to comment on this right now. Like, it would be, this is the thing that I need to talk about so people will listen, you know? And literally every single person posts something about it. I mean, your feed is just like, Jesus Christ. And then I saw so many memes and videos about the Will Smith thing. And then I started to see memes about how there were so many memes about the Will Smith, Chris Rock thing. Like, it's like another layer of the Matrix. There's so many memes about there being so many memes. Like, you could just keep going with that. Here's a meme about how there's so many memes about there being so many memes. You know? Yeah, it's bananas. How one moment can literally stop the fucking world. I mean, it makes you realize that sometimes how you feel about the world or your own, let's say your own world, what's going on, and your perception of it is so fueled by what you see on social media. Because beyond that, I mean, you can't see physically beyond your own fucking living room or wherever you are. But then you go on social media and you're like, well, this is happening and this is happening and this is happening. And it was almost like for a moment, there was nothing happening besides that Oscars moment. Right? I mean, literally, there was nothing. There was no COVID. There was no fucking war. There was no fucking, Florida gay bill. There was no fucking gun problem, BLM. There was no fucking, anything. It was just, this is what's happening. And it was kind of sad. Like, it just made me feel a little set, like, wow, it really points out what life has become. Like, what would 2022 be like if there was no social media? What would there's a lot of people where I'm like, I don't know what you would be doing. They spend 6-7 hours on social media a day. And listen, I spend way too much time on it. I know I do. I catch myself just fucking scrolling and I'm like, it's been like 20 minutes of me just sitting here staring at my phone. Like, legitimately, what would people be doing? I don't know. I really don't know. Like, if nobody came up with it, it's almost like I can't even remember. I'm losing sight of what it was like before. I mean, I grew up without social media, but like, I don't know if you can count. I mean, when did Facebook drop? Was it like 2010, 2007 or something. When did Facebook start? 2004. Okay. Well, I don't think I was on it in 2004. I think I got on in like 2009 or something. Right? But when so 2004, yeah. But like, dude, like I mean, I look at like pictures of like my 10-year-old birthday, like all those kids now just have Instagrams. I'm saying like 10-year-olds now, right? I feel like 10-year-olds now have an Instagram. They have a fucking Facebook. They got Snapchat. They for sure got a TikTok. It's like, it's weird. Like what would people be if they didn't have these fucking things? You know? I'm sorry I'm getting like real meta, I feel like, getting here, but it like, you ever like just stop and think about it? Like, what if we didn't, you know? Like, how many people just get up and the first thing they do is they check their social media, is they look at their phone, and then they, and then they DM someone, and then they scroll on TikTok for 20 minutes, and then they, do X, Y, and Z. Like, I know it's done a lot of good, and it's connected people in ways that we can never measure, and yada, 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 but it's also wasted a fuck ton of time. Like, what could have been maybe invented if somebody wasn't just stuck on their phone? Like, what would be the ripple effects of what people would do with their time if they didn't have social media, if your phone wasn't that addicting? Let's say the average person, how long does the average person look at their phone? Okay. The average U.S. adult spends 3 hours and 43 minutes on their mobile devices. Let's say every single person got those 3 hours back. Let's say the 45 minutes you keep it on there. Because back in the day, like when you had a flip phone, that was probably accurate. 43 minutes? I mean, why would you need to be on unless you were just texting somebody for a fucking shitload long time, like why would you be on your phone? You wouldn't. There was no point. So let's say you got those 3 hours back. And we know for some people it's a shit ton more. Like what would become of those man hours, And I guess to play devil's ad, I'm sure things are being created because of those hours spent on like people are doing productive things on the phone. I'm just curious, like if how would it be different, I guess the productivity would go down because you can be so efficient on phones now and you don't need a computer. I know people that, like the guy who does all the production for New York Comedy Club, he just doesn't have a computer. The only reason he has a computer is to do payroll. Everything else is done on his phone. He does all his video editing. He does everything on his phone. That's crazy. That's bananas. Speaking of which, I have to... shit. Sorry. See, just there. I was fucking just checking my phone. I got a fucking notification. I should have turned it off. It's distracting, dude. You gotta end the notifications. That's what it is, right? That's what that social dilemma thing said. That was the documentary, right? You gotta just stop with the notifications because they just fucking blink at you. I have an account on Instagram that I use occasionally just to, like, if I'm going to post a video and I want to make sure it's formatted correctly and that it comes up okay, I have just a dummy account that I posted to see how it will look. Nobody follows me. I don't follow anybody else. But it's so amazing. I get the most notifications from that account telling me, oh, you should follow this person. This person's on Instagram. You should follow them. You should follow them. Like, they just see no activity on this account, and they're just like, you just more. Hey, you should do this. You should do this. You just keep fucking poking you. Just keep fucking poking you all day. And you're like, hey, man, back the fuck off. If that was a real person, you'd be like, hey, leave me the fuck alone, this artificial intelligence. I talked about it last week, and the algorithm. It's kooky, man. I don't like shit that's like smarter than me, and it's smarter than, like, we all have just dumb monkey brains that are still evolutionarily the same as they were, a million years ago or whatever. That's probably not statistically correct, but I don't even know if that was grammatically correct how I just said that, but it's weird that we have like monkey, impulsy brains, right? And the technology like exploits that with the way, it prompts you and colors and lights and all that shit. Like, it knows how to fuck with you, but someone had to come up with that, right? So it's like a higher level monkey figured out how the dumb monkey brain worked and then built something even smarter to basically control the rest of us. I mean, that is mind control. Like, we're all just being controlled, if you think about it. I mean, I know so many people who, like, I'm like, do you have your own thoughts? Because if you're, like, when you're on your phone and you're just scrolling through Instagram, you're not, like, thinking. You're just letting shit hit you, and you're responding based off that, and then it's on to the next thing, and it's on to the next thing. It's like, have you ever just sat, like, when's the last time you just sat in a room, no phone, nothing, and just sit around and think? Just actively think. It's really difficult. And I don't mean that, like, I'm not trying to be, like, sarcastic. Like, it's, nowadays, it's difficult to not then reach for your phone or some type of entertainment to distract you. It's really fucking difficult. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with me lately. I'm getting real in my feelings. I'm sorry. This is supposed to be an entertaining podcast. I'm just sharing with you folks, okay? Just trying to share with you. I've had a long day. I'll be honest. I'm a little bit tired. I'm drinking a fucking herbal tea here. I got a flight out tomorrow at like 7 in the morning. Got to wake up at the crack of dawn. I'm trying to wind it down here a little bit, but I had to scoot a pod in because wasn't going to be able to do it out in California. So I've just been fucking running around all goddamn day, posting flyers for our next show, April 6th. Come on out. That's what the fucking text message was about, because we were trying to, good God. God, oh, fuck, no, I'll fucking look at that later. Jesus. We're trying to get Ari Shafir on one of our shows, and he's got like a social media manager, and we're trying to go back and forth. And it was very unprofessional of me to look at that while we're doing the podcast, But listen, you guys are nice. You don't give a fuck. I thought it was time sensitive, You needed to respond right away. Sometimes shit is time sensitive. I guess I don't know how to pause this. I guess I could pause it. I could always cut that up. I'm not going to. I'm too lazy. But, yeah, so we were trying to get him on the show, even though I just went to the fucking venue and posted flyers already. God damn it. So I was doing that, and then fucking went to H&M, get this, got this hoodie because my other one was trash. Came back, had to pick up my suit for the wedding. I go there to get the suit, and then they say dude, I've had terrible luck with the dry cleaner. I don't know what it is. Every time I go to the dry cleaner, I always have an issue. It's never on the time that they say it's going to be ready. Dude, we had this one dry cleaner on the corner. I would go to her, and I drop the shit off, and I'm like, hey, can I get it by Wednesday? And she'll be like, yeah, you can get it by Wednesday. And then I would come back on Wednesday, and she'd be like, well, it's not ready. You got to come back tomorrow. Hey, that's not how it works, okay? If you tell me Wednesday, I need it Wednesday, I expect it on that day. I mean, what is this like, oh, well, it's just not ready. Well, okay, well, then I'm not going to pay you. Like, there should be some sort of like fucking, discount or something. I don't know. Does your word not mean jack shit? Well, I'm happy to report that business closed. they're no longer in business. Oh, I wonder why. Because nobody got their fucking clothes back. Anyway, so I went to this new place. And again, it's like I dropped the shit off. Hey, it's going to be ready 5 o'clock on Wednesday. I show up at, almost exactly 5 o'clock. And she's like, can you come back in like 30 minutes? Not as bad. Not as bad. Still annoying? Yes. Yes, it is. So then I went to the fucking deli, had to make some sandwiches for the plane tomorrow because I don't like going to the airport and spending, $34 on a fucking turkey sandwich with 2 slices of turkey. Oh, God, it makes me so goddamn angry how expensive the shit is in the airport. That is why, dude, I rob the airport blind. I steal from it all the time because the food, they know how expensive. They know that they're fucking screwing you. They're screwing you with those with the waters. You like a bottle of water, like $6. Go fuck yourself. No, there's no way. There's no way I'm paying $6. I've already paid like my flight out to California. It's like 500 something, however much it is to fly somewhere, and you're gonna fucking rate me with the $6 bottle of water? I mean, are you crazy? Your ass gonna be taken from. Dude, anything I can grab, water, toothbrush, anything to make it worth it. But, I wanted something substantial, so you get the sandwiches get the pre-sandwich, have the deli make it, so they make it good, and then you just stuff that in your carry-on. Got some little pretzels and hummus, too. I don't know what it is. I'm one of those people who kind of succumbs to I need to eat a bunch of shit on the airplane. I don't know why. I mean, for me, it's like, it's not even hunger. For most people, it's not even hunger. It's just like you have idle hands and you're just sitting in a seat watching something and you're like, well, I should be eating. And for me, it's usually a tired thing. Like when I'm really tired, wow, that was fucking weird. Whoa, I was talking about being tired and then I yawned. That's fucking crazy. Dude, did you see that? What was that? There's got to be some kind of a connection, right? That just happened where you say the words tired and then that was like a smart home moment, Like Alexa, turn off the fucking lights and then I said the word tired, my brain was like shutting down. Whoa. Dude, the brain, man, we don't know anything about it. I'll tell you what. If you know what that like I can't even Google that. I said the word tired and then yawned. I don't know why I'm Googling this. Yeah. Anyway, that was weird. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I eat on planes because I'm fucking tired and I just need it. You're making a fucking mistake when you go into that line in the morning. You go to the breakfast line, the one that's like fucking 30 people deep, and you're like, oh, bacon, egg, and cheese. That sounds good. But it's not going to be good. It's one egg. It's bacon that was cooked 4 days ago and a slice of American cheese. And the roll is outrageous. It's outrageous, the size of the roll. The roll to ingredient ratio is criminal at the airport. You get a bacon, egg, and cheese. I mean, this roll, it's like the fucking neck pillow on the airplane. It's unbelievably big. And it's not good. It's just huge. You have a huge roll, and then you have an egg that's, it's like either one of those ones that are already cooked, and they're like sitting in like a silverware drawer or whatever that steamer is that they have back there, or like they have at McDonald's. It's like one of those. It's just an American cheese. Fuck you. Or maybe like a squirt of ketchup or whatever. But you're basically just eating a roll. I mean, it's criminal. And then, but you contrast that with like the muffins they have, and they're the biggest, just gigantic fucking muffins, and they're like $9. Ugh. Dude, fuck off, man. And that bacon, egg, and cheese, you're going to pay like $13 for it. $13 fucking dollars just because you want some hot food. You could go and get the $30. What? It's not $30. I meant to say like $3. You can get like a $3, little cheese stick, or maybe a, or one of the cold sandwiches. But you don't want that at 7 in the morning. That's gonna be my goal. I'm not even a breakfast eater. I don't even wake up at 7. So the idea that I'm gonna get food tomorrow before my flight, I know right now in this moment that that's a dumb idea. But tomorrow, when I'm fucking dead tired and I'm just waiting for my flight and I'm rolling around the fucking airport with my luggage, and you pop into the whatever wake-a baker or whatever the fucking thing it's called, it seems like a good idea. Well, all these people are doing it. I see steam coming out from the restaurant. They're cooking. They must be cooking everything fresh. It must be a good idea. I'm going to get one of these. And then you get it. You go back to the seat. And then, it's just, the seat's uncomfortable. You unwrap it. And it's just it's just not fucking good, But there's just something at the airport where you're just like, money doesn't exist. And you just put the fucking thing in the chip. And then it just happens. And you go from just having a couple $100 flight, and then you drop another fucking 60 or something at the airport. I mean, it's a fucking racket, man. It's like Disney. Where you get the tickets. You're not just getting tickets. You're going to get a fucking Mickey shirt and a Dippin' Dots, and then you're going to pay for the picture of you going down Splash Mountain or whatever it is. The ticket is not just the ticket. You're dropping more money. That's how I feel about the flight. So anything you can do to minimize that, you got to pack your own shit. I read something the other day that the reason you can't bring the liquids is one guy ever tried to bring some sort of liquid thing through and he failed. And so now there's just no liquids forever. Bro, that was probably a fucking scam. I guarantee. That was probably someone who worked for the airline. And they just did it as an excuse to, to just fucking screw you on the. So now you can't bring the shampoos, you can't bring water, you can't bring anything. All got to go in the check. No, fuck you. It's all got to go in the check luggage. I don't buy it, dude. I don't buy it. Anything that's it's just, I think it's fishy when shit sometimes just oh, it's banned for your safety. But, cross this line and then we'll sell it to you for twice the price that it is. What? What kind of a fucking deal is that? I don't know, man. So, do I sound excited for my flight? Well, by the time you hear this, when this comes out, I'll be flying back, and so I'll be dealing with all the same shit again on the way back. So by the time you hear this Wednesday, we have a show at Tara Rose. We'll see. Ari Shafir may be on the show. He may not be, but as of right now, as of Monday the 30th, who do we have on the show? I just fucking saw the goddamn thing. We have... Pause. Wait. We have... Nope. God damn it. We have Drew Michael. We have Katie Hannigan, Eagle Witt, Christiana Jackson, Ben Kirschenbaum, and Dan Carney. Heck of a lineup, folks. Even without Ari Shafir, I mean, that is a banger of a lineup. Last show was fucking great too. Yeah, these are fun shows, people. Okay, I mean, you wouldn't believe the amount of requests we get from comics who want to do the show because they see it's a fun show. We get comics who come and hang. They're like, this is a fucking great time. And you should come as an audience member. You should come and watch the show because it's live comedy and it's better than most art forms. You know what I mean? It's not as arty as most art forms. Some probably wouldn't even call it an art form. But in terms of just pure fun, you could buy a ticket to the show and go have a drink and laugh your ass off for an hour and a half. Or you could like go to the MoMA if you're into that sort of thing. If you hate laughing, and fun and want to look at dumb things. But if you want to look at dumb things and laugh, you should come to the Yarbar Comedy Show, because that's what we do there. So that's the podcast this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you always for being a part of this. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week. Thanks so much.